Week number 7 was homecoming, and it brought the Locke Saints to Herd Field. And for the second year in a row, these two teams were playing for the Central League title. In 1988, Southgate held on to beat Locke 9-8, and now the Saints were marching in for revenge. Even Coach Cordray was worried about this one, saying that he kept having nightmares about Locke running up and down the field. On the game's 6th play, those nightmares came true.
Is faked up the middle, and now the pitch back to Redmond, who cuts back, and he's loose up the middle. Carlos Martinez misses the tackle at 30, and Redmond is gone. Touchdown, Locke Saints. And the nightmare is coming true for Gary Cordray.
The quick punch may have dazed the Rams, but it certainly didn't knock them out. Southgate sent Ivan Wilson left for 25 yards to the Locke 24. 4 plays later, it was Wilson right. And after hanging a couple of Saints out to dry, he rambled to the goal line.
Sidious is back. He doesn't look that way. He goes to Ivan Wilson to the flat, who cuts back against pressure, cuts back again, tries to get to the sideline around the corner. Ivan Wilson smells the goal line. Knocked out at the 2-yard.
Wilson got the touchdown on the next play, and after Gonzalez drilled the extra point, Southgate led 7-6. On Locke's next possession, the Ram defense wasn't quite so porous, flooding the Saints' backfield and plugging up holes. When Southgate got the ball back, they knew exactly where to put it. Quarterback Eddie Insidious took one quick look to make sure Ivan was ready, then gave it to Magic and got out of the way.
Back. Marcos Villa is the fullback, but the give goes to the tailback. Ivan Wilson, he cuts back, breaks the tackle, staggered to the 45, now turns it upfield, breaks loose. One man to beat, he's got a blocker. Wilson to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. It's a race to the flag, and Ivan Wilson scores!
Heck of a run by Ivan Wilson. I think that one's going to make the ESPN. We're going to have to send in a special ESPN highlight right there.
Now, people have been listening to me sing this guy's credentials all year long. I'm just going to shut up and let you listen to the Southgate fans who are standing in absolute awe of Ivan Wilson. Unbelievable.
I'm getting more goose pimples, Jim. It's just raising the hair on my back there. That is just...
Get out of town. Ouch.
My chin's on the floor. That's amazing.
And we've been talking about great athletes.
In the second quarter, the Saints were driving again, but they tried to go to the air, and Carlos Martinez picked it off.
Looking on the far side for Steve Martin, and it's picked up by Carlos Martinez.
Well, there was your big play, Jim. Good play by Martinez. He followed the quarterback's eyes, which they teach him. We said that last year. We said it.
3 plays later, the Rams faced a 4th and 4 at their own 14-yard line. They lined up to punt. After all, that was the smart play. But Gary Cordray made a gutsy call, and the gamble paid off.
Sent it, but they faked to Carlos Martinez, and he goes and earns the first down for the Rams. So, in your face, E.C. Robinson, says Gary Cordray. And that, I'll tell you, that's rolling the dice. And I don't care if this guy's from Zanesville, Ohio. I think when he drove out in the motorhome, they stopped in Vegas.
Southgate used the momentum and began to drive. 6.5 minutes later, Marcos Villa went off tackle, spun, and carried a defender into the end zone to cap off an 11-play, 90-yard drive. The score made it 21-6 at the half. Gary Cordray is fond of saying that the 2 most important parts of a football game are the last drive of the first half and the first drive of the last half. Well, the Rams closed out the first half with a marathon touchdown drive and then took the second half kickoff and drove again. 10 plays and 73 yards this time, but the score came through the air on a halfback pass and one of the best catches in Southgate football history.
This looks like the halfback pass. Wilson back to crank it up. He's got Miguel Llamas. Miguel Llamas at the 1. Touchdown.
Nice.
Let's see if they mark it. What a great catch by Miguel Llamas. There isn't an official within 8 yards of the play. And there is still no official signal. And if they don't give him a touchdown, somebody call the cops. They have not marked it. And now on the far side, the official comes in and finally signals touchdown. And what a super grab by Miguel Llamas. And Ivan Wilson threw the ball 55 yards in the air, and Miguel Llamas was running a 54-yard pattern, and he got completely horizontal and grabbed it, and I'm not kidding you, there wasn't an official in the area code. And they all stopped and looked at each other, and because the Rams were celebrating, they said, oh, what the heck? And there's Miguel on the sideline celebrating a fine catch and a great score. Wow.
Llamas' electrifying snag put the Rams up 27-6, and it looked like the Central League flag would remain at Southgate. But the Saints weren't finished yet. They would shut the Rams out the rest of the way and come storming back. Bryant's 10-yard keeper and a 2-point conversion made it 27-14. The Saints then stopped the Rams and got it back quickly, then put together a 60-yard drive of their own. Redmond scored it in from 10 yards out, and after another two-point conversion, it was 27-22 with 6 minutes left, and Herd Field grew quiet. But you could hear center Marco Diaz on the Rams sideline as he tried to fire Southgate up and preserve the league title. Locke got the ball back with just over 3 minutes, and this game, like so many others, would come down to the Rams' defense. The Saints gave away their chance to beat Southgate in '88 with a fatal last-minute fumble, and with the ball at midfield and only 2 minutes remaining, they almost did it again.
They need one bad now. It's Bryant on the option. He gets it late, loose ball, and Fuller jumps on it at the 50, and there's got to be people thinking that I'm calling this game on tape delay.
Who are you? Are you getting telefeed from the man upstairs?
But the end was only delayed, not changed, as the Rams forced Locke into a 4th and 9.
Stop the first down for Southgate. Bryant is back to throw. They look on that side to Steve Martin now. Bryant will run. He'll never get the first down, and the Rams will take over at the 38-yard line. And great containment, and Percy Rosales hunted him down like a bloodhound.
Southgate had blown a 21-point second-half lead, but had enough to hold on. And when Marco Diaz lifted Damian Waters completely off the ground, people started to believe these Rams were stronger than they looked. Southgate won the game and the Central League crown 27-22 to stay unbeaten at 7-0.